I was gonna say something, but no, I'm not. I'm just gonna play this whole thing because seems like he didn't learn, and I know I'd spend too much time talking about this, but I guess this is gonna keep on going until either the trade deadline is over or if Khris Middleton get traded by the trade deadline. So we'll just go with this. So I'm gonna play something, and y'all probably get why I think about some of these Khris Middleton fans, like especially this guy.
Got up this morning, things weren't working right. I said I wanna make a change. I said I wanna fight. Obama walked up and said yes we can. I said I wanna ride your nuts, cause I think you're the man.
Baby Middleton, 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 Middleton.
Riding for tomorrow, dick riding for today, dick riding for the straight, dick riding for the day, dick riding for America, dick riding for rock. It's okay to ride that dick, just as long as it's
Crits. Okay, y'all get the point. So I'm gonna try to be quiet, and I'm just gonna watch this whole thing. So this is the first time I'm watching this, but I got a feeling that just from what it said, that what it says on there. So let's just go.
Got my Giannis jersey on tonight. The jersey I've had since his rookie season, back when they had red in the jersey, and the whole big three showing up and doing their thing. And
So
yes, yes, and yes, it is a big three.
Yes,
And
yeah, it's doing
listen,
the show.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. The people that are saying to trade for Zach LaVine, I even saw a couple people bring up Jeremy Grant. These people, they don't believe this stuff. That, like, anyone that's saying like Khris Middleton's washed, they don't believe it. They just make up a new thing to hate on Khris Middleton every year. And they will find, if he has a bad game, they will go crazy and say he's washed, it's over.
I compared your
Well,
last
maybe
video.
Jeremy Grant, who the next night dropped 2 points, 2 rebounds on one of the worst teams in the league. Maybe him. They don't believe it. Like, you can look at all the numbers. Khris Middleton's been great all year. You can cherry pick individual games. I don't want to cherry pick individual games, but if we want to, against one of the best teams in the East, the Knicks, we won while he was on the floor. He was the best player on the floor. Shot 7 of 9, 5 assists. And tonight, again, showing he's as good as he's ever been. 22 points, 10 of 13, 2 of 5. He's done it against the best teams that we've played since he's been back, whether it's the Knicks or in 2 wins against the Magic. When
They lost 3 games against the Knicks so far. Like I said, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let it keep going. So
Paolo back, Khris Middleton, he hasn't fallen off at all. He had 1 bad game after a week off, maybe a little rusty, took 4 shots, he missed 4 shots. Whoop-de-stinking-do. Zach LaVine getting paid $50 million, and yes, it is for people trying to say
43 this year. Get it right.
because there's always going to be somebody that tries to lower the numbers and say, well, actually he's getting paid $45 million. There's a 15% trade kicker, which means he'll get paid $50+ million for the next 3 seasons after this one, to go get a guy who only scores at a position where we have good complementary scoring.
Do you see any steals from Middleton or blocks at these numbers? No, you don't.
Next to Giannis and Dame. Complementary scoring, meaning they don't need to have the ball in their hands, but when the ball is kicked out to them, they can do enough to support, and offense just clearly isn't a problem. And then you have K. Mitty, who, yes, anybody that's watched the Bucks this year and is not just a Khris Middleton hater, knows he can still create his own shot, knows he can still get buckets, whether it's against the best teams and the best defenses like the Knicks, best defenses like the Orlando Magic.
How you gonna throw the Knicks in this? We still lost to the Knicks. I know we got one more game going against the Knicks, but we lost to the Knicks 3 times. Either with him or without him, we still lost.
or if it's against a stinky team like the Jazz, he consistently does it. One bad game, Dame dropped 4 points
Yeah, because the Jazz sucks.
early in the season. It
I know.
happens,
I was supposed to
especially
shut
on a minutes
up.
restriction, where you don't have the chance to keep taking shots and getting going. It happens. And so today, I mean, like I don't. It's nothing even like at this point. Victor Leva, it's not surprising. He's never fallen off at all. The only difference is this season is he's on a minutes restriction, and he's also playing with two ball dominant, two of the best scorers in the NBA. So his numbers are going to be a little bit smaller, but his assists per minute by far a career high. His rebounds are good. His defensive rating is the best on the team outside of Giannis and Brook. So all of these narratives about him, it just don't even think that these people are like being honest. I've said before, they've been hating on him. They thought before that the Bucks should have got rid of him instead of Malcolm Brogdon. They were saying to trade him when Eric Bledsoe was stinking up the joint every playoffs. They were saying trade him instead of Drew Holiday. Like, if anybody's new to the fan base, just trust me. These people are not honest. There is just a huge segment of the Bucks fan base that for years, for whatever reason, have decided to choose the least hateable guy in the NBA to pick on and hate. Now, to the rest of this game. So the Jazz, they're a team that they have lost 8 out of 9 coming to this game, but 7 out of the 8 losses were single-digit losses. You know, they lost to the Thunder by single digits. And so to whoop them and actually have it be we win by 15, but we were more dominant than the final score showed. We were up by 20 plus for a lot of the second half. That's a great win. Great bounce back. But yeah, Giannis got whatever the heck he wanted. Came in, he got whatever the heck he wanted. Dame got whatever he wanted. And then the role players picked up the scraps. And that was pretty much the end of the story. I mean, for the Jazz, they were throwing guys like Kyle Filipowski, a couple Bucks fans wanted. As a Duke fan, I really wanted the Bucks to stay away from him. I don't know.
No, they should have got him.
The off-the-court stuff took away his potential, but boy, did he look completely incapable of guarding a thing. But then they put guys like Harry Potter, who should be like in Hufflepuff or something back in Hogwarts, should definitely not be on the NBA floor. No John Collins, no Walker Kessler, so we were able to go in there and just spank some cheeks.
Didn't know John Collins was out.
Star players being stars. Came in, he could have even had more than 22. There was a couple times he was wide open, and Giannis, kind of missed him. But either way, he was aggressive, did his thing. Hopefully they continue to look to get him more touches and make it so there's not going to be another game this season where he only takes 4 shots. He misses 4 shots, keep force-feeding him, get him going. But yeah, other than that, it was just a story of we have 3 stars. You maybe have 1 in Lauri Markkanen, and it really wasn't much to it outside of that. Andre Jackson was, pretty good. It was a pretty normal Andre Jackson game. He had 3 dunks, was pretty solid defensively, had 1 stupid pass, turnover. 1 turnover from Giannis was him kicking it to the corner to Andre, but he was cutting into the defense because he doesn't trust a 3-point shot. Giannis threw up his hands after. So there's still that stuff. Another good thing we saw today was Dame, Gary, Khris Middleton, Taurean Prince, and Giannis at the 5, and they went on a 9-0 run when I was out there. I want to see more and more of Dame, Gary, Middleton, and Giannis. And then the 5th guy could kind of be anybody. You could put Brook at the 5. I don't want Bobby in that 5, actually. Anybody but Bobby, respectfully. You could put Brook at the 5, and I like that lineup. You could put Taurean Prince out there and put Giannis at the 5. You could even put Andre Jackson in that lineup, and I mess with it. But I think that is the closing 4 pretty clearly. Maybe Gary and substitute.
As I mentioned in my last video, I do like the lineup where they did add Khris Middleton into it. It was, it was Giannis, Prince, Middleton, Dame, and sometimes, they had Trent in, or sometimes they have Andre Jackson Jr., but those 4 did work. And if you want to put, Andre Jackson in at times, then put Gary Trent Jr. in there, that works. So I think, they like figuring that out, that they can play both Khris Middleton and Taurean Prince at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that. So, hopefully, they can do that. But it's just get hype with the win. The original players, they stepped up, and what we had a problem with, the last 2 seasons was our bench. we moved Khris Middleton to the bench, and it works out. Got Gary Trent Jr. was a starter, then we put him on the bench, and it worked out. So I think the problem is they should trust Ryan Rollins more. Because you just only playing him for 7 minutes. You could have played him for like maybe like 15 or something like that. Like, you played Damian Lillard like over 40 minutes, and the man may feel the effects of it tomorrow. So Doc didn't think about that, and you can't outrun your starters or anything like that. But then again, they were like coming back in the fourth quarter, so I guess part of that I can understand, but part of it just like no, rest them a little bit, then put them back in. But that's just my take of it. Okay, now that's weird. I had to play it out in like Obama song, and although we was like adding Khris Middleton into this, I had to because it's just sad that you got some fans like this. Think about just that one player, and although he got his Giannis jersey on, but still,
Okay, but let them hang themselves in regards to that.
true, that is true. But
Some
You know, you
situations might
saw
not
the same
close,
thing with
and then
Kobe. You see the same thing with LeBron. You
right,
see the same thing with Shaq. You see the same thing with Dwayne. You know, all of that. Look, you see the same thing where somebody is so set on a person that they can't see their faults
right.
because their faults are, "Oh, no, that's not how it is. That's not how it is." Okay, then tell me how it is, and if you can't, then fine. But just let them have those things.
Yeah, hopefully the trade deadline will get over with, and if Khris is gone, he's gone. Um, if he's not, just keep him on the bench. Then if he opt out of his contract, which I hope he does, work out a smaller deal.
and then the fifth player depends on the game. Like a team that has a true big man that maybe doesn't space the floor as much. Brook Lopez closes. A younger athletic team, maybe like the Magic, Andre Jackson might close. Maybe Torian Prince in some situations. But I want to see more and more of those four out there together. And then the fifth guy could be interchangeable. But let me know what y'all thought. I don't have too much.
And I'm glad he's finally starting to recognize Andre Jackson Jr. for his defense. So, like I said, they've been doing great with Andre Jackson Jr. in the lineup. But I still think that foul call that he got is still BS. It's just I don't know what the rest was thinking when they called that. But anyways, I don't think he learned his lesson. So let me know what y'all think. Please like, subscribe, and I'm sorry, but this thing probably won't be over until the trade deadline, or if Khris Middleton will get traded. But we'll see. Um, but anyway, like I said, please comment about this. Also like and subscribe. Try and get at least like 500 subscribers. At least hopefully you can get there by Friday. If not, hopefully by the end of February, which is next month. Hopefully we can get there. Um, I'm trying to think what else. Next time I go live will be about the Bucks in Portland. I think it's a later game. I think it's a 9 o'clock game, I believe. So if we don't do it on tomorrow night, we might end up doing it on Wednesday. So just a program note. Because yeah, I got a lot going on this week, and especially if y'all probably saw the recent video of promoting Wrestle Talk. So got like interviews and stuff. So the series premiere of all that will be this Thursday. It'll be live right here on YouTube, and we also will have the pre-recorded episode on YouTube as well, starting on Friday. And after that, it'll be like the pre-recorded episodes will be like Monday through Friday. So get you something to watch and get you entertained with wrestlers, and because we interview wrestlers, referees, ring announcers, and anything that's got to do with pro wrestling. well, I don't know you. I'll normally call it freestyle wrestling. I wouldn't call it pro wrestling. I'll just call it freestyle wrestling because you got like pro wrestling that that they do in high school and college. So that's wrestling. The stuff we watch now, the wrestlers do have like a wrestling background or they get trained, but yeah, I'll just call it freestyle wrestling. But anyways, over 2,400 videos and counting. Check those videos out. Also, check out the website, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. Upcoming events in the Midwest for wrestling. Also, photos that we took, like at Bucks events and also at wrestling events as well. So, get a chance, check them out. So, until the next video, you guys have a good one.